everybody, welcome to the Golf Pro Drive-In. And there's some exciting news in the air if you are a Titleist person, a Titleist loyalist, a serious golfer. The new Titleist GTS driver is coming to the market probably in June. And it's exciting. I don't know if it's got a lot of buzz, but the current model of Titleist driver, the GT model, it's still number one on the PGA Tour. It's still one of the fastest, if not the fastest driver on the PGA Tour, even though it's 2 years old. So I don't want to say it takes a little bit of wind out of the sails of the GTS. Obviously, people are excited about it because Titleist is known for not coming out with any new products unless it outperforms their previous product. You see this in golf balls. I mean, think about the Left Dash, the Titleist ProV1x Left Dash. That golf ball was in line for 4 years, I believe. And it was in line for 4 years because they couldn't find anything that could top it. It was producing everything that they wanted to produce. It had high ball flight, had exceptionally low spin, and they just couldn't beat it. So they kept it in the line. You see the same thing as well sometimes with some of their irons, like their MBs and their CBs. Those irons have been in the line for over 4 years. They have not changed them at all because the players who play them, they don't want them changed. It's as good as they can possibly get. So when I see a new product come out from Titleist, I get really, really excited. And so they just launched they've got some new putters that are out right now in the Phantom line, as well as the Studio Select line. They're phenomenal. They all look good and all that. They're bringing you some different looks and some fresh alignment aids and some different hosel configurations on those putters, which is exciting. It's kind of tailored to everyone. But this new Titleist GTS driver and fairway metals, I'm really excited for. I haven't hit it yet. I will not. I will be fitted for that driver as a staff member in April, and I'm super excited about that. And then I know at my club we will be having a fitting day in May, mid-May, and people will be able to pre-order the driver, I would imagine, at that point, and I think that's as early as they can get it out. So, and I would say it's going to be a June launch date. But let me just tell you a few things that I'm expecting out of this driver based off of previous generation drivers, from the TS models into the GT and so forth. One of the biggest things I found with the GT model when it launched versus the TSR was the ball speed was a pickup of 1 to 2. It wasn't huge. It was 1, 2, 3 mile an hour a pickup in ball speed, which is generally what you get from generation to generation. And don't think that 1, 2, or 3 mile an hour ball speed's nothing. That's huge. That's a club difference. That's 6 to 10 yards roughly, depending on what you get out of that. So that's a big number. Where I saw the largest improvements in the GT line was on mishits. If I missed it in the toe, if I missed it in the heel, if I missed it low on the face, or maybe got it a little bit too high on the face, I really wasn't losing any ball speed. Normally you'll see a huge crush in ball speed of 3, 4, 5 miles per hour if you're mishitting it on the face, and I was seeing half of that. So you're still able to maintain your distances regardless of where you're impacting the club head, the club face. So I would expect something more of the same with this new model. I don't know anything in terms of the technology that's in it, just from going off of the pictures. They've kept the sliding track on the GTS3 compared to the GT3. They have a new weight in the back of the head, which I'm excited about, because with that, if I keep the GT3 model, I can put a heavier weight in the back side of that driver to give me a little bit higher launch. You can move those weights around to be able to apply a bigger punch to the golf ball if you're missing slightly towards the toe or towards the heel, whatever it may be. You can adjust the weighting in there to give you a little bit better smash factor and pack a bigger punch right behind the golf ball. The GTS2 has a front, looks like it's got a front weight now and a back weight, which again just allows you to be able to tailor that ball flight. And then the GTS4, you know, in past years, that club head's always been a little bit smaller. I don't know if that'll be the case again this year, but it's also got a sliding track on it and the weight in the rear of the club head. So max adjustability on that. Normally it's a very low spinning driver as well. So exciting things. As far as the fairway metals are concerned, here's what I'm expecting. Looking at past trends, Titleist pretty much leads in every single category of club on the PGA Tour every single week. At the Players Championship, they were dominating the field in drivers, dominating in hybrids and utility irons and utility clubs, dominating in irons, dominating in a huge way in irons, and we're nearly number one in putters, which they're normally not, but they're always really close. I mean, they were just a few putters short from being number one. Where they were down was in fairway metals. Not saying that their fairway metals aren't good, they're fantastic, but one of the competitors is leading right now. I would look for the fairway metals to be a little bit hotter, to have a shallower face so the ball launches a little bit higher, with less loft, things like that. I think if they do that, they're going to recapture that fairway metal spot. So anyway, exciting stuff. Get ready. GTS hitting the market, probably fittings in May, and then be able to purchase it in June. So take advantage. Exciting stuff. I'm excited, and you should be too. Y'all have a great week. Look forward to seeing you next week for the Golf Pro Drive. It's a Golf Pro Drive.